I wanted to know what inspired you to write that, and what kind of brought you to write that.
It's a who, and the who is here. That is for my wife, the person I've been with for 21 years. I don't know where that came from, but that's probably the first time that I really felt that impediment go away, and that with love I could just say what came to mind and be inventive with it in a very personal way, but also a little bit strange, and it opened up. I'm glad you liked that poem.
Yeah, I really love the line where it says, I think clapping's out hands more, and I think staying up and waiting for paintings to sigh is science. And it's just like...
Do you think you could read that poem?
Sure. You know what's funny about that passage, though? Every time I read that, I cringe. Because it's like there's something wrong about that, but every time I tried to change it, it just seemed to want to stay that way. Other lives and dimensions, and finally, a love poem. My left hand will live longer than my right. The rivers of my palms tell me so. Never argue with rivers. Never expect your lives to finish at the same time. I think praying, I think clapping is how hands mourn. I think staying up and waiting for paintings to sigh is science. In another dimension, this is exactly what's happening. It's what they write grants about. The chromodynamics of mournful whistlers, the audible sorrow and beta decay of old Battersea Bridge. I like the idea of different theirs and elsewheres. An Idaho known for bluegrass. A Bronx where people talk like violets smell. Perhaps I am somewhere patient, somehow kind. Perhaps in the nook of a cousin universe, I've never defiled or betrayed anyone. Here I have 2 hands and they are vanishing. The hollow of your back to rest my cheek against. Your voice and little else but my assiduous fear to cherish. My hands are webbed like the wind-torn work of a spider, like they squeezed something in the womb but couldn't hang on. One of those other worlds, or a life I felt passing through mine, or the ocean inside my mother's belly she had to scream out. Here, when I say, I never want to be without you. Somewhere else I am saying, I never want to be without you again. And when I touch you in each of the places we meet, in all of the lives we are, it's with hands that are dying and resurrected. When I don't touch you, it's a mistake in any life, in each place, and forever.
Yeah. Thank you all so much for coming, and let's give a big applause.